Mic check, mic check. Yeah, we in here. We in here. What it do, people? It's your boy Chaos Theory, and it's another Wednesday. Let's talk and rant. Broadcasting live and direct on the outskirts of Mad. Oh, not Mad. I was gonna say Nashville. Get you talking. Country than the motherfucker. But we here. Yeah, trying to get some things going right now because I'm putting all kind of shit. So it's kind of throwing me off. Got a new goddamn device, and I'm trying to get everything to connect with everybody, with everything. It's kind of rough. First one, I'm trying to get all my social media channels linked in together. It's kind of rough. Oh boy, I tell you. Yeah, I'm gonna get them all linked up. But we here, we're here. All right, what's up, Jungle Book Blue? What's good, brother? Welcome to the shizo. You know what I'm saying? I still haven't forgot about you, man. It's kind of hard to catch up with you, though, bro. Because I still want you to help me do that documentary I was telling you about. Speaking of documentary, this is one of the cats that's gonna be on the documentary. My brother Dark Prince. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, brother.
Oh, fam. Hello, everybody out there. Wait. Glad to
Yeah.
be back again.
Yeah, I was up here chopping it up with my young bro, your boy, matter of fact, Cedric Blue is little brother, Jungle
Okay.
Book. He called himself Jungle Book Blue. He got a little production company. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna be the one gonna be doing our documentary that I was telling you
Okay.
that we supposed to be working on.
Yeah. Take that then.
So, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that's for sure, bro. I'm glad you tuned in, man. You know.
What's
Oh,
your
Prince, you done froze up on me, bro. Oh, there you go. There you go. You froze up on me.
everything off? No, everything good.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
That's little Blue right there, man. He gonna be helping us do the documentary. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up there.
He very talented, man. He just like his brother. You know, his brother was, talented. So, hell yeah. We're gonna do that documentary. I just got, like I said, I'm trying to make sure when I get ready to do it, you'll be in town, so we all be together. You know what I'm saying? Because we just gonna have a round table conversation and talk about
Yeah.
how Hollandale used to be versus how Hollandale is today, and things like that, mixed in with a little Cali. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up then.
Yeah, damn, you
Giving the
freezing up and
background
stuff.
story
What the
on
hell
all
going
that.
on? Yeah, so, yeah. But anyway, I hope, bro. I don't know you. Okay. See what the hell
I
going
saw yours
on?
jumping a little bit too, so I don't know what it is, but it's all good. We're gonna keep on.
Yeah, we gonna keep it rolling. It'll probably catch on. You know what I'm saying? I thought it would have been 5G, but it's back to 4G. I guess because I'm in the country. But anyway, well, there's so much shit going on in the news. I just couldn't stomach it no more. I had to let it go. I said I wasn't gonna even do this rant tonight, but so far so good. I had to because this shit was just bothering me. You know what I'm saying? I
Huh?
mean, this situation with Cynthia G. You know what I'm saying? And her
Okay.
little bullshit. I mean, a lot of y'all probably don't know who Cynthia G is, but she's some kind of black female activist or whatever the case may be. But she's not the type where, what I'm saying, you would say she's really about that life when it comes down to looking out for black men. Quite frankly, she's against black men. You know what I'm saying? And she basically said up here, what I'm saying, black men like to play victim when it comes down to the system of white supremacy, you know what I'm saying? Because she basically trying to say that we siding with white supremacy, you know what I'm saying? We've been siding with white supremacy forever and a day, you know what I'm saying, according to her analogy of history. I don't know how old this broad is, but I'm assuming that she's very young. She's got to be up in her early mid 30s or something. even if she is old, it doesn't matter because my thing is she is lacking a lot of history because for her to say that black men, what I'm saying, playing victim or, acting like, what I'm saying, this and that, another third, or whatever the case may be, is beyond me because it's like, how could you say this? I mean, because there was a lot of strong black men who basically paved the way for her to even be irrelevant on a social media platform. You know what I'm saying? The civil rights movement was ran by strong black men of that time, and she basically looked over all of that. But I ain't gonna even get my goddamn. I ain't gonna even get the ball rolling just yet. But I'm gonna let you, bro, go ahead and say some things. 'Cause I know, you know what I'm saying, because you know how you get the balls, get the party started. So, but I know you probably you seen the video with her and on Fox Soul, debating against the brother Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson pretty much ripped her, which is not surprising because every time he get on one of those platforms, he's always on the prowl of ripping motherfuckers apart when it come down to the truth in the history of our people. So, you know what I'm saying? What's your take on that situation when I sent you that link about the sister?
First thing that comes out to mind is that the Willie Lynch system of brainwashing, I mean, it's a thorough machine. I mean, it really does the job well. I mean, like I said, it's automatic. I mean, it's so ingrained that it's like breath to them. You know what I'm saying? To regurgitate, the results of this system being placed on.
Breaking up there, bro. Freezing up. Let's see. Maybe he probably need to. Let me see if I can get him to come back in. Okay. All right. I had to bring you in, bring you back in, bring you out, and bring you back in. See what happened then. Now go ahead, bro.
Okay. I was saying that the Willie Lynch system, you know what I'm saying, has been so ingrained into our psyche is that it's like breathing to it. It's second nature. It's the first thing that comes out, you know what I'm saying? Anytime we're talking about unity of our people, it fights against its fierce and it's automatic. And I don't think our people even understand, because I remember, to the point where years back, when I was asleep, my thing was like, you know what I'm saying, it was just the way of life, the way our people was, whereas we're in poverty. We don't have much. We're scratching of everything that we got.
Yeah. My dear brother, he can go in and out. Let's see what happens. It was freezing up. Bruh, I'll go out and come back in right quick and see what happens. Go out and come back in. Yeah, go out for a minute and come back in. Let's see what happens because you glitching pretty good there. Let's see. See what the hell going on. Okay, there you go. All right, let's try this again. Hope we get it this time. We're gonna keep trying until we get it. But now, bro, you were saying them.
What I was saying is that the Willie Lynch system is, you know what I'm saying, it's such an efficient machine that it's like saying breathing to our people. And it's what's regurgitated every time we talk about black unity or the black man or the black woman. And having strength in that black man or black woman. Or seeing power in that person. Which is the most important thing, because that's the thing, like she's speaking against the power of the black and the power of the system that's with him. Because the thing about it is, it's already been known biologically that our organs are larger and more efficient than theirs. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, their pigmentation is a recessive gene, which is why they lack the melanin. And if they were left to themselves, they would soon die out. That's the dilemma what's got them pulling their hair out right now. Because they say we want to be separated, but if we stay separated, you know how it goes with the Jet program plan. They like to have an inbreed. Then you have because it's not a strong breed. The DNA is not strong yet. It's been weak. And then the thing about it, as nature does, nature select, you know what I'm saying? Gonna get rid of the weak, keep strong. So everybody knows this already. Or at least they should know it. But this woman right here, my personal experience, from what I'm thinking, is that either it was her pop or somebody that, you know what I'm saying, she had a first love crush on that dogged her out. And from there,
I was thinking
that's all she sees. That's all she sees. Every black man she sees.
I was thinking that shit too, bro. I was thinking that shit too. I was like, somebody really broke her heart.
Exactly what it was.
Because, I mean, you got to think about it. The way she was talking in her voice pattern, it was like she had that hurt in her voice. Like something really did something bad. Like somebody really did some damage to her. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no way in the hell you can be that damn lost to sit up there and say that black men are playing victims and all, and that what she says that black men was out chasing white women back in those days instead of dealing with their foot on their necks or some shit like that. She said some old goof ass shit. I'm gonna find that goddamn video because I want the people to hear what she said.
Now what tripped me out about that was that she talking about that we chasing white women back to slavery. But if that was the case, Emmett Till would have been still around today. If that was the case. And it was okay.
Right, exactly. Good one, brother. Good one. That's the problem. I mean, but you know, my thing is just like you said, Emmett Till would have still been alive. Well, and we got a true blue woman right here who done joined with us.
Well, sis.
Sorry, I'm late.
No, we just getting the store warmed up. You ain't do nothing wrong, sweetheart. You just on time.
Okay,
you know
cool.
So you see this party on the screen, right? You said you seen her before, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Keita?
Uh-huh.
Huh? Oh, did she freeze up?
Yeah.
She probably froze up.
Now you can't hear me?
She come
I can hear.
You there? Because you was kind of freezing up. But yeah, you say you seen her before?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to pull that video. I'm gonna try to find that video on her when she was having a debate with Dr. Umar Johnson. But it was funny because when she was saying, like, you know, black men wasn't taking care of their responsibilities way back in the days, and that they was too busy running up looking for white women and all this old shit. I'm like, what? What kind of time did black men have to be looking up a Caucasian woman's ass? Literally.
See, that's my whole thing, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking there's got to be somebody in her past that hurt her really, really bad. You know what I'm saying? That she saw in her house some type of way, because that's the only way we really carry. You know what I'm saying? Scars and stuff. You know what I'm saying? From our childhood, stuff we saw at house. Whether we talk about it or we don't. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, from what I understand, when a woman been abused like that, anything about it, it always goes back. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that personally hurt her some type of way, whether it's a dad. What was her first love? You know what I'm saying? It was some dude. He didn't make the cut. You know what I'm saying? He failed everything that she, you know what I'm saying, as far as what she thought a man should be. Whatever the checklist she had, he didn't make the checklist on none of that. So my thing was, you know what I'm saying, what I heard coming out of her mouth was bitterness and anger and frustration. It wasn't about, you know what I'm saying, she didn't have no facts, because top of the head was emotional stuff, which was saying we chasing white folks. If that was the case, George Washington Carver, he would have been castrated when he was 13 because the white folks thought, you know what I'm saying, well, yeah, we don't want nobody messing with him. Emmett Till would still have been around because it'd been cool, you know what I'm saying, to holler at saying the white people, if that was the case, you know what I'm saying? And my thing is, we wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying, those colored water fountains, colored restrooms. We wouldn't have no type of division of races as far as anything if it was cool for us to chase around everybody. But I know one thing for a fact, I know back in slavery time, they was taking our men, they was taking our women. And it didn't matter if it was the white man or the white woman, they were taking them both. So they didn't care which is where the homosexual stuff comes from. But they don't want to talk about that either. Now, with that being said, they're using our ignorance now to capitalize on it. And we talked about that last show. Racism, you know what I'm saying, is equal to capitalism. Because as long as we're on the bottom, that's the only way they make money. Now, a lot of white folks say, well, you know what? How about y'all just go on, leave, and go on back to Africa? Here's the thing. If we was to leave, this nation is shut down.
Right.
This nation has been shut down because we the backbone that works, you know what I'm saying, that makes the money for it. We make $560 billion a year all together here in the U.S. by ourselves. We don't need no bank.
No.
But we don't think that way.
Exactly.
We don't need no bank. Everybody can get their own business started because we make $560 billion all together, just us alone in the U.S. But if you got them, you know what I'm saying, playing mind games with the people, then we ain't gonna invest in us. Gonna keep a division between us, and she's one of the catalysts. They're gonna continue to put her out here. Because the crazy thing about the Muppet Planet right now is everybody wants to hear drama and ignorance. That's the entertainment for the day. So that's why her views keep going up, because she sounds like a fool. Folks laughing, but the like button still going up. Subscribe button still getting popped. Notification bell getting hit. Because she's an idiot.
Check this out, though. Here's the video.
So I would like to know, what did you do in response in history other than go to the Supreme Court and petition to have access to the men's women that you're complaining and accusing of disenfranchising you? See, because in the 1960s, what Black men were really doing, and it's been documented, many civil rights leaders have admitted to it, what Black men were doing is chasing the white man's woman, trying to so-called stick it to him by way of going to their women. What you should have been doing is trying to get liberation for yourself. What you should have been trying to do is get that foot off your neck. But see, the foot is not on your neck. And the only time you recognize it being on your neck is when you want to get away with doing something that you think white men are getting away with doing. Because let's just be real. Whenever we hear about this war against Black men, it's usually being brought up when there's a Black man like R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, we see Trey Songz going through it, Ari Spears, when they engage in some degeneracy, and then they're getting a consequence for it. And Black men think that because they perceive white men to be getting away with crimes, they want to be able to get away with crimes as well. The reality is, Dr. Umar can sit up here and list all the different ways that the system is disenfranchising Black men and Black men in a victim boat. But the reality is, what he cannot tell you is what Black men did in response to it, because they did nothing. They laid down and they nested under the skirt of their non-Black preferences, and only to complain that whenever they commit a crime, they're not getting off like they. So let's find out.
Yeah. Do you see that? Listen. Did you hear what? Listen. Do you hear what she just said? She just confirmed twice, you know what I'm saying, exactly what I was thinking about. It's somebody that, you know what I'm saying, that she's upset about. She said, what y'all supposed to be doing, she just distanced herself away from her own race. That's one of the points I'm bringing up right now. She said, y'all need to get y'all foot off, you know what I'm saying, y'all next. Where's you at to help us out? Because we the only race that don't have our women with us. The only race. We don't have our women with us. Everybody else got their women, but then she went on to say that the Black man wants to get off like the white man and think he can do the same crime. Then you come back with it before you go to first cutter. He's about to reiterate about that again, you know what I'm saying, trying to get away with the white man. So he said, you see what the white man's doing. You see how he's getting over. You see how he's undercut. But you okay in signing off on that? And then you telling us, you know what I'm saying, that lets me know right now you far gone in law. But that's why you know what I'm saying, that's why they got an idiot like this here on the screen, because they say, yeah, keep them talking about her. Because as long as they continue, you know what I'm saying, to talk about this Muppet right here, the thing about it, we won't be talking about unity. We won't be talking about community parties. We won't be talking about getting, you know what I'm saying, a political party together. We won't be talking about Huey Newton and what they used to talk about. Let's storm in the Capitol, you know what I'm saying, letting them know we got we mean business. We ain't talking about none of that. We talking about this fool right here about her thing. If it's not that, he wants to bring up, you know what I'm saying, the little catchphrase and scapegoat that Hollywood likes to throw out there. Not even doing a whole, she kept talking about, well, I got plenty of, you know what I'm saying, surveys and studies saying this, that, and third. You ain't quoted nobody. Who said it? When did they say it? That's about journalism.
That just go to show you, bro. She don't know her history. She don't know shit because, quite frankly, you basically trying to disenfranchise people that made and paid the way for you to even get on a fucking TV screen, period. Because they didn't even allow a black woman, even back in them days, to even say shit in front of no kind of audience back then. But at the same time, she want to try to ridicule black men saying what they didn't do when it's a whole lot of history showing how black men basically, they created all types of way of life and on this planet, even before the white man was even thought of. But we didn't get no kind of credibility from it, because how in the fuck you gonna get credibility from a savage, Beasley type of so-called human being that basically runs everything in this society, that don't even want to see a black man or a black woman prosper in unity, period. So yeah, she gonna get out there and talk that goof ass shit because she want the attention to be to the point where, you know, the feminist movement, you know, the Me Too movement and all this goof ass shit, LGBT and the Black Lives Matter, all that fuckery, alphabet, what you call that motherfucking initial coward shit. It don't mean a damn thing because it ain't benefiting us none as black men or women. They think it's benefiting them some, but it's making them like a damn fool. Because if she really look at it, if she back in the times back in the fucking 60s, I mean the late 60s. And by the way, it wasn't Jermaine Greer who started the women's liberation movement, bro Dark Prince. It was a woman named Gloria Stein. Now underline the goddamn word Stein. You know what that word stands for, don't you?
Yeah, them imposters, them fakers.
Them J's, yeah, the J people.
Yeah, hit them J's.
Hit them J's. Like the J's. I ain't gonna say the whole goddamn word because I ain't trying to get us flagged on this motherfucker, but that's who it was. And she basically was a fucking CIA agent for the system.
Sound like.
Yeah, because she created that to throw black women off on the concepts of unification of black men back in those days. Because like I say, after Dr. King was assassinated, they went full throttle trying to get rid of black men on every aspect of life, especially in the home, because we was running, once upon a time, we was running the whole fucking house. Our kids wasn't out doing drive-bys and shooting each other and none of that shit back in the days. Notice that? Because the woman was at home taking care at home while the man was out there doing his thing. All she had to do was to cook, clean, and to make sure everything was together with the kids and everything. She ain't had to do no hard work. But at the same time, the white woman like, oh, you know, I'm tired to sit at home and bored, and I can do the same thing a man can do. And here go the black women. Yeah, I'm tired of sitting at home too. I'm down with you, Mrs. Stein. And then next thing you know, they start this fucking women's liberation corporate movement. And then next thing you know, where you at? And then you thinking you got up on top of the high up on the hog, but you ain't really doing nothing but killing yourself. Because the government say, yeah, okay, y'all can get on out here and do this hard ass work us men doing. Okay, hey, you want to lift up big 50-pound boxes and loading trucks and doing all the construction work like a man? Okay, let's get on out there and do it. Then you wonder why you start getting these health problems. You know why? Because your body's not built like a man's body. So then you ain't got no business out here doing manly shit. You supposed to be at home preparing the home for the man and the kids. That ain't slavery. Shit, you ain't working hard. All you doing is keeping the house good and clean and everything, keeping everything in order. You're not hurting yourself. Now you're hurting yourself, trying to work 2 damn jobs and trying to be high up on the hog than the man. But at the same time, your health is deteriorating. But they don't talk about this shit because, like I say, you just thinking about the fact that you can take care of kids by yourself. You can't do that right because you see what we got going on every time you look around and turn the TV on. Young men shooting each other up and fucking each other out over stupid shit, over little penny shit, over material shit. That's the hardest part about it. Look what happened to the young man PMB Rock, what the little young rapper. They got killed out of my hometown day before yesterday. This man, Rock. Yeah, this young man wasn't even 30. He probably was just barely 30 years old. 30. Lost his life. Got killed right in front of his little girl and his girlfriend over sucker shit. But at the same time, I ain't gonna give that too much no goddamn clarity because we already know what we talked about earlier, bro. You know what I'm saying with that about that record label shit. But you know what? Doing all this goddamn mouth running, I gotta bring Miss Keita in here and see what she think about the whole concept of what this woman is saying. What you gotta say about this, Keita?
I'm gonna say it from my perspective because a lot of women don't think like I think. I feel like I'm gonna piggyback off of what y'all said and add to it. I feel like she full of shit. I feel like that her saying that black men was around here running around trying to get at white women. Okay, she must be talking about some celebrities, some basketball players, some football players, or some crap like that. Because the everyday modern Joe was not running after no white women. Sorry, it just wasn't. I feel like she trying to make herself relevant. She putting her foot in her mouth, and she has definitely put her foot in her mouth with this one. So, yeah, I think what she said was a whole bunch of bullshit. That and the fact that she didn't know her history. So, yeah, that was a bunch of bull.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, all the history books I done read back in the days, none of them didn't say that, even, I'll give you a prime example. Loving versus Virginia. Now, who the fuck went to the Supreme Court to say, hey, guess what? I want to marry this black woman. Underline, I want to marry this black woman. That wasn't no damn black man that said that. That was a white man. It wasn't you ain't seen in the books that a black man went to the Supreme Court talking about he gonna marry a white woman. They'll fuck around there and blow his fucking brains off. You crazy? Nigga, fucking get his ass. Hang this motherfucker in one of the magnolia trees. You ain't.
Oh, worse.
Shit. Please. Even the movie she better watch the movie Mandingo. Oh, that my brother drunk on the scene. What's up, bro? Yeah. He said, man, ain't this the same lady who said black women should abort black men's baby? Yeah, that's her. That's what I'm gonna tell you too, brother Dark Prince. She said that the babies need to be aborted. Say every little boy need to be aborted. She said that shit.
She got such a same hatred for herself, bro. It's unbelievable. I ain't never thought I could ever hear a person hate themselves just that much. Just that much. She really thinking she's one of them. That's the great thing. She really thinks she's one of them.
Yeah.
And don't worry about it. They're gonna smut out. But like I say, just like in olden days, they're gonna use her for a bed win. That's all she's gonna be.
I mean, but like I say, she said that black men was chasing white women. Hell, it was a white man basically he fell in love with y'all back in the day and went to court, took that y'all to the Supreme Court and say, I want this bitch. I need this bitch in my life. She sucked my dick, licked my ass. I got to have her. Oh, I'm sorry, kid. I ain't supposed to say that. I ain't even supposed to go that way.
You good. I'm gonna tell you this. That young lady, and I'm using the word young lady loosely, is speaking from a lot of pure emotion and unsubstantiated facts. And she's also speaking from a place of anger. Somebody hurt her. Seriously hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of her taking the time to heal, she decided to go public with this bullshit. Just saying.
Yeah, the reason why she did that because she felt like you and a lot of more women out there feel the same way she feels.
Well, I ain't naive, never have been naive, so she can get it to the birds and let them
I
fly
mean,
away with that shit. Cause
oh yeah, I mean, Keita, you are a product of what was going on with you. Mm, mm. I don't see you wearing no hair, hat, and eyelashes. Look what the fuck she got on. That's not her hair on her head. That's somebody else's hair. And
I'm
then,
I'm 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 looking at the funeral style makeup that she got on. You know what I'm saying? It looks
oh
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
cast.
yeah, 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 yeah. She casket ready already, homie. You can see that. All she gotta do is lay in the casket and go to sleep.
And
Good
then my
night.
thing about it. Here's the thing about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Our women are the most beautiful on the planet. They don't need that. All you need to do is highlight. You ain't got to look like them.
Man,
Honestly,
look.
a lip gloss and some braids, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Or however you got your duty going, you know what I'm saying? It just highlight natural beauty.
Look
Because
at
the thing
Keita.
about it, the white girls, them, when they
Keita.
put that stuff like they
Prime
3, 6,
example of what we
8,
talking about.
they age so fast, bro, when they put that stuff on. Man.
She's a prime example of what we talking about. Natural beauty is the best beauty. God didn't make no mistake. She making a mistake. That's why I say when she got on that damn show and I looked her
Jacked
up
up.
and down, I said to myself, Dr. Umar was being very nice because I would have ripped her monkey ass. But he did brought up the fact, and I think that kind of made her a little heated up when he was saying about black women not loving themselves, but and trying to make another image. Oh, she started that motherfucker started boiling like hot tea. I could see
Of
it on
course,
her
because
face.
the thing about it was, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you got on, when you're not being real, it's like, say for instance, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And that bitch is casket ready. For real. That's why I said all that bitch gotta do is just get in the casket and go to sleep. Cause she already ready. They don't need no mortician. That bitch is the mortician.
Man, I'm trying to say my thing, you know what I'm saying? She's already, here's the crazy thing about it, you know what I'm saying? She's dead on the inside. That's the crazy thing about it. On the inside, she is plumb. I'm talking about rotten dead.
all that
Rotten
pain. She
dead.
got a lot of pain. She got a
Let's
lot
see.
of
Hold
pain.
on. Okay. What he said? Drunk said, I told y'all this male and female thing has been weaponized. These relationship people are the new rappers.
Here's the thing though. They use fools and idiots like this to try to get the, you know what I'm saying, to use them as being the weapon. Well, I wouldn't even say that. I would say, you know what I'm saying, the starter on getting things weaponized between the two. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you know what I'm saying, the gas spark, you know what I'm saying, that gets everything blown up out of proportion. Because the thing about it is, they find hurt people. When you get hurt people out there, all the thing they're going to put out is hurt message. That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
It ain't nothing
That's
come
what they
behind.
want. And that's what they want. That's what they want. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you can define emotions. That's all we got in society going on as we speak. You know what I'm saying? And just like if I sit up there and make fun with Keita, me and Keita always joke with each other. and Keita, you see how she laughed right there? She giggles, and that's all she do. She don't get all man. I'm like, how dare you talk about me? I don't fuck with folks like that don't know how to joke. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this here. If you can't take a laugh, a joke, or whatever the case may be, you got a goddamn problem with yourself. You are emotionally scorned inside and out. Because you know that if your ass, if I say you look like Incredible Hulk, I don't expect you to go run in the goddamn bathroom and look in the mirror and say, "Oh shit, I look like Incredible Hulk." You supposed to already know how the fuck you look. But the way this society is set up on a lot of feminized directions from women, especially in the men. Oh my God. Because I just want to finish this video because I think they're going to get up to the part when Dr. Umar start letting her ass have it.
Oh, Dr. Umar, what have black men done?
Well, number one, again, I think that it is such a shame coming from a psychological perspective that we seek to heal our wounds as a people by relying on unprofessional testimony by individuals who have a vendetta against the opposite gender in their community. When you hear Sister Cynthia speak, you can hear a hurt and a pain and a hatred towards Black men. We cannot find an effective solution to Black male-female relationship issues or the oppression of Black men or Black women when the people at the table having the conversation have negative emotional and pathological interests in the conversation that are not.
Umar, the question wasn't about my emotional state. The question was, what did Black men do in response to their disenfranchisement?
Now you see that. Now he trying to get his point across, and she talking over. She over talking him. Why? The man, that's his time to talk. She didn't talk all she had to talk. And see, I've dealt with females like that. And that right there burns me up because I feel like this here. Okay, you can say your piece. All right. Because me, I'm a type person, I'm gonna let you go on ahead and say what you gotta say. I'm gonna listen to you. And then when you get through talking, and I'll be like, okay, are you finished? Yeah, I'm finished. Okay. Now it's my turn. And then I say, well, this is my thing. I'm like, oh, fuck it. Because I already know that you don't mean what you say and say what you fucking mean. Because I'm hitting your ass with Mike Tyson left and right jabs to the face. And you don't want to take neither one of them hits. But that ain't my fault. Because I'm just basically giving you my persona of my opinion of what I think. Now, if you can't take that, that's beyond me. You need to take that up with the Lord. You need to get that from God. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like I say, you can say what you want to say, just like I can say what I want to say, and be through with it. But see, she knew that he was basically hitting her good, and she didn't like that because she wasn't trying to hear nothing he was saying.
Pardon, just
okay. Oh, you got a phone call. But
I told you she was speaking from a place of emotion and hurt. And you could tell people when they speak, yeah, okay, they trying to get a point out to be informative, but she was hurt. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah.
You didn't know whether she wanted to bust out a cry or throw furniture.
Well, see, one thing about women like her, you know, I mean, me being a man, you know, I mean, even when I was, as I can remember, all the way back when I was in grade school in Los Angeles back in the 80s. Young men, when we start getting the woody between our legs, I'm just saying,
you good.
When we start getting the woody between our legs, we see somebody that we really like. It comes natural. And then a lot of times we'll write little notes. Hey, my name is Maurice. What's your name? Then you pass it back. You get your teacher to look and pass the shit back. Then she'll say, my name is Keita. Okay. Okay. Now I'm writing on there. Do you have a boyfriend? Put it back. She read. No, yeah. Then you like, damn. You know. But at the same time, you want to talk to her, and you gonna still try to fuck with her one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Until she slaps you on your shit. And you know, we have different aspects. That's just like you ever seen the movie with the wood.
Right.
Okay, you know.
Did you really ask me that?
Huh?
Did you really ask me, have I seen the wood?
Keita, you be surprised. This motherfuckers out here ain't seen Boys in the Hood.
Look. You talking to Keita, not her, not Cynthia.
I know, I dig that though. But I'm just saying, you be surprised. This motherfuckers that ain't seen Boys in the Hood yet. And like, you ain't never seen it. I don't watch TV like that. I'm like, you ain't gotta watch TV. This shit just come out of nowhere. I mean, Boys in the Hood is on everything. But I'm like, okay then, all right, whatever. But you know, even in that movie there, when the guys was like, you like that, don't you? He like, yeah. He like, I bet you won't go there and touch on her ass. And then they're like, shit, give me my $1, goddamn it. Shit, I bet you I'll go touch her ass. And you do that shit. But that was kind of a violation. But it worked out well later on down the line because she ended up liking him.
Right.
because she felt that hardness on that dance floor. That's why she bagged up like, woo. When you walk me outside, she liked that shit.
I
I
don't
mean,
know
but
shit about
you
you.
know, well, that's natural. You know what I'm saying? But in this day and time, I don't know what the fuck these young folks do nowadays. You know, and then you got motherfuckers like that on TV basically giving off bad intentions on black men. It doesn't make the shit no better. Because I was talking to a truck driver today, and when I was at Verizon, and I was getting my new phone, and he was saying he don't know what the fuck. He's a Caucasian man. He said, I don't know what the fuck to say about this generation. He said, because I don't even know how to call people what they supposed to be, what God made them. He said, it's kind of confused. I told him, I said, it ain't confused at me at all. I said, because when I was in Arkansas, West Memphis, Arkansas, one time picking up a Frito-Lay potato chip, and this guy, he looked just like a motherfucking man. I mean, a woman all day. He tried his best to make himself like a woman. You know what I told him?
What's that mean?
He said, no, damn near close. But he told me, he said, can you please sign these papers for me? I said, yeah, bro, let me see that pen. And then he goes, okay. And I said, he said, thank you. I said, you're welcome, bro. He was like, bro, no, I'm a woman. I said, okay then, bro. What? Man, I'm not co-signing none of this shit. None of it. I don't give a damn who they are. Because see, one thing about it, I don't give a damn. You can cut all types of shit off your ass till you ain't got nothing left. But I guarantee motherfucking to you, that mannerism is there for life, and it's there for life for a reason. Because God wanted you to know that you are who the fuck you are because he made you that way. And this bitty right here, this is a motherfucking man. Where I got my cursor at, that's a man.
I don't see where your cursor at.
See that? See the woman on the left of the screen?
Right
here?
Yeah, on the left, on top left. Yeah, I already knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know it. Shout out to Lisa Payne. She the one told me that was a damn man. I said,
I don't know how you. Come on now.
I mean, I looked that motherfucker up and down, and I knew it was something strange because
man, those features are strong.
Oh yeah, I know it. I don't fuck with them. I don't argue with them. I don't have no conversation with them or nothing. If they say what's happening, if they say hello, I say, I'll be moving around. I don't fuck with them. Them alienated motherfuckers. They like bussies. They got bussies. And I don't fuck with no bussies. I already know something fucked up about them. They damaged mentally and physically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see him play some more of this video, but this is, boy, I don't know.
Yeah, because you're trying to pathologize my emotional state. I know that I'm a psychologist too, but what you're not doing is telling us what black men did.
I believe he'll get there, Dr. Omar. Dr. Omar.
And I'll end it quickly, Sister Tammy. According to Mrs. Cynthia G., Dr. King was assassinated because he was doing nothing. Malcolm X was assassinated because he was doing nothing. Medgar Evers was assassinated because he was doing nothing. Fred Hampton was assassinated because he was doing nothing. That narrative that black men have done nothing to fight back against systemic oppression, not only against ourselves, but against our women, our children, our elders, and our community is absolutely ridiculous. The cemetery is filled with black men, names we know and names we don't know, who gave their life for the freedom, liberation, and emancipation of African people. How can you disrespect the history of so many black men, past and present, who continue to fight? I'm sitting in a school right now that we built with all black money, 4 buildings that we're going to educate black men in. It's not easy to solve our problems because there's always black people in your very same community who's fighting against what you're trying to do to help it. But in addition to that, the white power structure is always waving its wand of oppression to try to sabotage anything we do. I think that the analysis of our women is too overly simplistic, and in being such, it is dishonest.
Straight
You
like
can't.
that. Yeah, straight like
Yeah.
that.
You always got people with the crab mentality to trying to pull the next down, trying to do
Oh
better. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
They
Yep.
afraid. They afraid. But see, this has been going on since forever. Because
Mm-hmm.
you know, if you ever seen that movie Black Panthers, I ain't talking about the Marvel comic, the movie where they called it Panthers, rather.
It's
Marvin
been a
Van
minute,
People.
but yeah.
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 But you
Yeah,
know,
it's been a minute. But yeah.
God rest the dead, AJ Johnson played the dope boy on there. And a lot of times they will find the weakest of the weak in the black neighborhood and say, hey, you want to do us a favor?
Come get on camera.
We'll pay you $5,000-$6,000 if you snitch on such and such down the street, because he's causing a lot of trouble for the government or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And they already know the nigga weak. And then a lot of times he ain't gotta be weak. He can just be a motherfucker on papers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got
Or
a choice.
harder for money.
You gonna either do what we say do, or your ass gonna sit in jail for some time. So that nigga like, I'm not sitting in this motherfucker. I'll rat out every motherfucking body on the block.
Yep.
You got
And
this
they would do it.
But that's how it's always been. Because I mean, it's a black woman. I can't think of her name, but she was the first black federal agent who literally talked it down on Dr. King, Malcolm X, the Black Panthers, a whole lot of motherfuckers, saying that they were going against the United States policies in this country, and that they're basically domestic terrorists. And I'm like, how in the fuck you gonna consider Dr. King a terrorist when all Dr. King is telling black people is to stand up for yourself and stop letting these motherfuckers tear you down? Because see, when he said, I think I integrated my people into a burning house, he was saying because at one particular time, Dr. King, I had a dream speech, Dr. King was talking about we should just love the white man and this, this turn of the cheek. And when he
I don't see how people perceive that as terroristic.
Well, see, back then, this is way before then. But when Dr. King started to change his whole persona from being that I had a dream speak shit, that's when he started to realize, because when Dr. King was trying to capitulate with white supremacy, it still didn't work. Because after he did that speech, 2 years later, 4 little girls get blown up in a damn church in Alabama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Medgar Evers gets killed.
Yeah.
You look around there, Malcolm X gets assassinated. Then he went down to what was that, Montgomery. They had that Bloody Sunday shit going on. They were throwing rocks and water hoses being turned loose on black people, and dogs were biting them and shit. He was like, God damn. Then he went to Chicago, Cicero, which is a suburb of Chicago,
right,
getting the same shit that he was getting down south. So he ended up in 1967 meeting up with the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and whatever him and Dr. King talked about, it wasn't no goddamn kiss the white man's ass. And Dr. King started to turn his whole persona of I had a dream into saying, no. It's all about say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Stop calling yourself Negroes. We black.
Right.
We need to love ourselves. We need to basically look out for each other and be unified. He started going in a different direction. Then he started talking about the war in Vietnam. Then later on down the line, he started talking about going to Washington, D.C. to get them damn reparation checks that's supposed to have been owed to black people. Because he was talking about doing another march on Washington. That rattled the bones of white supremacy. And he was assassinated was it April 4th, 1968, in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
So this sister who basically talking all this shit, she don't know what the fuck she talking about.
She ain't doing no poison the community for the people who are already naive and quick to believe what
Oh
a
yeah,
person says. And that's not helping at all. That's not helping. That crap that she's speaking, it's not helping to be people to be unified. None whatsoever.
right.
Nothing.
It's
Even
not
though
helping.
she called herself trying to be informative and speaking from a place of hurt, she ain't doing but making the community be more divided than what it already is.
Right. That's exactly. And that's the reason why she was on that platform. See, the whole idea I'm thinking they sought this shit up to try to destroy Dr. Umar's character. Because they already shitting on the brother about his school not being built and all type of scam information and stuff. Because everybody is really poking needles at this brother.
At least he trying to do something for the community, at least something positive.
Well, see, that's the thing. See, here's my take on that. Because, like I say, people can make jokes about that brother. People can literally make jokes about that brother. But here's my take on this. Koreans, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, everybody coming to America, the Armenians, the Arabs, everybody that pretty much is family based seem to get it together when it comes down to building economic growth in the communities, except black people. Dr. Umar Johnson, true enough, I don't know if he what is what, because I haven't never took a meeting with this brother, met up with him in person, so I don't know what the fuck going on. And my thing is, if people really give a fuck about what he got going on as far as building a school in Wilmington, Delaware, goddamn it, everybody black should have been on the plane or something
Down
trying
now.
to find out what the fuck he got going on, meeting up with this brother, instead of just side talking this man like he ain't shit. Because see, my thing is, it's easy for us to be kunya baya ass niggas and talk shit about each other instead of helping each other out.
Right.
And see, that's one thing that was basically written in the counterintelligence program, COINTELPRO, of the FBI back in the days, basically saying Edgar J. Hoover, who was the founder of the FBI, talking about finding the new black messiah. And he stated in a document saying the worst situation that could ever go down in the United States of America is black unity. This white motherfucker said that.
Yeah.
Why would he say that? You know why? Because he know that if black people ever have the audacity to unify themselves,
It's a wrap.
the system of white supremacy will be no more, because they won't be able to make no money off your ass. They won't be able to benefit of ignorance of any kind in society. The news media will go dry as fuck because they won't be able to report no young men out here shooting each other in the streets and all kind of goofy ass shit. Social media be dry as a motherfucking desert. But they know that's why they can get it, like Brother Dark Prince said, they can put this broad on Fox or any of these goddamn television stations or whatever and let her talk. And they'll give her more of a clarity of saying what the hell she want to say before they let Dr. Umar say something.
I wonder how much did they pay her on the table or under the table to get on there and be a damn fool like that? It's got. I would hope she wouldn't have voluntarily did this. Then again, she just might.
I mean, you know what? Everybody's in. It's just like Tariq Nasheed. He called it the coon train. Everybody's in line for a ticket. Everybody. There's a whole lot of motherfuckers in line for a ticket to be the number one coon in America. You had a cop. You had that cop. What's the name? Sheriff David Clark from Milwaukee County Sheriff in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who just got on Fox News and just talked day after day about black people's failures in America. I mean, he talked about Farrakhan so bad, you would have thought he would have went blow for blow with Farrakhan, but he didn't want it. Cause see, one thing about it, they put people like that on these networks because young folks are looking at it, Caucasian people are looking at it, and the first thing they're gonna say is that, see, they can't even unify with each other. Look at this man, he on television talking about their ass. And he just as black as Ace of Spade. But you don't hear nothing about Sheriff Clark no more. And the reason why I think you don't hear about him anymore is because he got charges brought up against him for a Caucasian woman that died in prison in 2000, died in his care in a jail cell in Milwaukee in 2003. They took that on there. Huh?
So you already know it went down.
Oh yeah, they shut him up quickly. You don't hear about him no more. See, they forgot. See, one thing about white supremacy, they are not as smart as they think they are. A lot of people give them credit to be. Because a lot of times they be doing slick shit, but they got something behind it. And sometimes when that shit starts stinking, they got to hurry up and throw it out. So that's why you don't even see him on TV no more. Now, I remember back here, you used to see him back to 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 back. But you don't even see him.
All the time.
He was on there talking about Obama. He was on there, you know what I'm saying, talking about he support Donald Trump and all this old shit. But anyway, let me roll on with this video.
But they've done so much. You've only listed names and not accomplishments, though.
I can list some accomplishments. Okay, when it comes down to it, what have black men done since the 60s? We've turned around and we're still inventing things. We still open up businesses. Here in LA, you got black businesses all around town. It's just that when we open these businesses up, you have a city that these black businesses suddenly catch on fire. You have issues when it comes down to what's going on right now with one of my cousins and these abatement laws, who's built plenty of properties here in LA, managing it, but because there was some gang activity down the street, a nuisance abatement is about to get all of his properties taken. So when black men do build things, and we build things on individual basis, you're not going to see an NBC special about what the great black man built. When Irv Gotti, Suge Knight, and J. Prince tried to put together a distribution, they all got charges the next week. So it's not like we don't build things. When we do build things, something always ends up seeming to happening. And in spite of that, you've seen the most black business male ownership that's gone up in the last 60 years since the coronavirus. We still doing it. I personally got 3 businesses, so I don't know what you're talking about. I employ young black men. I've helped thousands of black children here in South Central LA. So all this black men ain't doing nothing. Where are you kicking it at?
So how are black people creating all these businesses and still costing the government $50 billion a year?
Hold that thought. I want to get Hope in here real quick, Dr. Umar. I want to get Hope in here because Dr. Umar listed a plethora of black men that we know, and I'm assuming he listed the ones that we know so that we can identify and all agree that these black men have done something in terms of the fight for equality in America. How do you feel about those men that he listed, Hope? Have they done anything for the black community or not?
Most definitely. I would be ignorant to say that they haven't, right? But I think that what we're failing to realize is that when we have this conversation about what black men have done, the consequences are usually because of white supremacy and the gaze of white folks on us are that the black men are then taking away and the black women have to then sustain those things. To say that black women are unappreciative of that, it would be, I think that is the dishonesty, right? The way that black women show up for the black community and the black families, regardless of how we feel about the black men that we might be interacting with or the black men that are doing bad things, while still staying here to cultivate the black men who are, is, I mean, to overlook that to me is just dishonest. The idea that a lot of you all were raised by grandma and them and auntie them and all of these amazing black women that are in community and share space with you and share space with your children, that's being looked over. But also this isn't, Dr. Umar, you're right. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that you said, but you're absolutely right. It's not about the idea of who's doing it better or trying to, the pissing match of the oppression Olympus amongst black people, but it's really about working together. The problem is what I find in working together is that the black man wants to lead, whether he's acquired the gumption and the knowledge to be able to do so appropriately and effectively or not. The thing about it is when you're working together, we are a team. You get to lead this portion because you're better at it. I get to lead that portion because I'm better at it. and then we come to a common ground for both of us to succeed. But a lot of the times when we're talking about these succession plans and we're making all of these advocacy movements in order to progress the Black family, the Black man says, listen to me or fail. Right? As if Black women have nothing to contribute to that. And I think that that's where the problem is. That's where the discourse needs to happen, is how do we work together so that Black men understand that we are meant to work side by side and not with me following you with my head down and saying, yes, that's our master. Because that is me being subservient to you in a way that I might not want to do, especially considering if you do not have the credentials, the know-how, the wherewithal, or the lived experiences to lead me in a way that I might be better suited to do in this point of our journey. And
Dr.
Black
Umar.
Well, first of all, I do not endorse any kind of a second-class citizenship role for Black women. I believe Black women have as much to offer as do Black men, so I'm not sure who the Queen is referring to, because I am not a misogynist and I do not support that type of narrative that said the Black woman's position is only to have children and to prepare food. But at the same time, I think Black women have to look at themselves, because although white supremacy has been the greatest enemy of the progress of Black men, you would also have to argue that Black women have probably been the greatest accomplice to supporting the white power structure in their destruction of Black males, i.e. the conversation we're having right now, where two intelligent Black women have yet to indict white supremacy for the role that they play in the destabilization of the lives of Black men.
So when we come back, we'll find out if the two beautiful sisters who are on the panel will indict white supremacy when we return on The Business of Being Black with Tammy Mack on Fox Soul. Thank you all for this conversation. Do Black men in America face more obstacles than Black men in other countries? We're going to talk about that. But first, I want to know, is white supremacy responsible for any of the Black man's plight at all? Hope?
Most definitely. Like, let's not play coy here. We understand the role that white supremacy has played. But I think that over time, as we learn the tricks of white supremacy, right, we learn to do better to defeat it. And I find that, especially as Black men, a lot of the time when we're talking about this war on Black men, we fail to realize that Black women are underneath the same scrutinies. Maybe not in the same way and maybe not for the same reasons, but y'all are not going through this alone. And so when you talk about the ways in which Black women have learned to take, what we're given and turn it into glitter and throw it up and make Black girl magic, we wonder why those things are not happening for Black men in the same way. And it's largely because I think that complacency happens. A lot of Black men, not all, are complacent with the idea of being saved by everyone other than themselves. They're okay with the idea of being saved by Black women, white women of all other races. They're okay with the idea of being saved by white men who give them the opportunity to come and be a part of this thing that's better than what they are. But what they're not doing is being complacent in the idea of finding their own solutions to digging their way out of the hole. And having one or two people that are speaking on it with the idea of inclusion or exclusion of certain people within the Black community is also a problem. We cannot build as a Black community if we want to throw out this group of people or throw out that group of people or tell these people that their opinions are invalid even though they're Black because they're mixed race or because they're queer or because of all these other, incidences. And I think that those are the things that we have to focus on. The goalpost can't constantly be moved in this conversation whenever Black women start to make a point for the sake of Black men feeling like they need to be able to dismantle that in order to talk about how they've been hurt. We get that. We have
Cynthia
to.
G, white supremacy, does it exist in your world? Absolutely. And has it affected Black men?
Absolutely, it exists. And Black men have worked in tandem with white supremacy since they've come in contact with it. And this is why I say in the Black community, we have very disingenuous, very dishonest discussions, especially when it's regarding Black men, because we do have a Black male worshiping culture. So what we do within that culture, and Umar Johnson is showing it today, is absolve Black men from any accountability for what they've done. Number one, we wouldn't be in a system of white supremacy had it not been for Black men. So if you want to go all the way back to history, then let's go back to history when Black men were selling their own people into white supremacy. Let's go back into history when 16 years off the plantation, Black men were worried about a war being waged on them. They were worried about getting access to white women. That's what you were worried about. And it's interesting. There's a reason why I feel like Umar focused mostly on me and Hope's attitudes, and it's because he can't accurately answer the question. He mentioned names, not accomplishments. And the reason being is because
I think he mentioned those names specifically because the accomplishments of those people don't have to be explained.
Right, but those accomplishments are also accomplishments that I've heard Umar Johnson speak negatively about, specifically the civil rights movement and how damaging it was to Black people. But now he wants to sit here and say the very people who accomplished that were accomplishing something beneficial when, in his own opinion, that wasn't beneficial and did more harm to the community than good. So I think that because we're having such a dishonest discussion where Black men don't want to take accountability for what they've done, they want to be the victims of society, but then they want submission from the women. The bottom line is I'm not willing to deflect from the fact that, number one, Black men are the greatest non-white contributors to white supremacy. Let's just be real. White supremacy couldn't even exist without Black men's compliance. They're always uplifting whiteness, biracial children, and trying to assimilate. And that's why I went back to the notion of the only time Black men truly feel like there's a war against them is when they feel like they're being punished for something white men do. At the end of the day, y'all dropped the ball. You're blaming white supremacy on your failures. We already know there's oppression, but Black women are double oppressed. We have more barriers to face. You have male privilege in a patriarchal system and you can't even get it right.
Well, Dr. Umar, I think we all know your stance on interracial marriages.
Absolutely, but let me also
so please acknowledge what the rest of what Cynthia G has said.
Absolutely, I'm not sure where Sister Cynthia took history class, but if you know anything about the transatlantic slave trade was a European enterprise. It was
I'm talking about the sub-Saharan. I'm talking about the sub-Saharan slave trade. You should go look into it.
Excuse me.
You address me.
May I finish?
Go look into the sub-Saharan slave trade where Black men were trading their women and children for alcohol and tobacco.
I don't want a monologue. May I finish?
Go ahead, Dr. Umar.
The transatlantic slave trade was a European enterprise. It was not an African enterprise. Although there were some chiefs who participated in it, by no means did they control the direction and extension of the transatlantic slave trade. So that's number one. Number two, Black men resisted enslavement, not only on the shores of Africa, but right here in America. We celebrate Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey, Gabriel Prosser. There's literally hundreds of documented attempts by African men to liberate not only themselves, but their women and their children. So to act like we just sat there and we're complicit in our own oppression is absolutely ridiculous. The other point I want to clarify for your information, Cynthia G, you've never, ever heard me condemn the civil rights movement. The good Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a hero of mine. And despite me being a Pan-African nationalist, I take issue with other Black nationalists who do want to dismiss Dr. King's accomplishment. The civil rights movement was necessary because it removed a psychological scar that suggested of racial inferiority. So you've never heard me deride the civil rights movement. I support it, although I took certain issues with it. The bottom line is when Black women, Black girls, Black boys listen to this conversation we're having today, they're going to be confused because they hear two brothers speaking of a greater context to the problems that affect Black men, and you hear two intelligent, beautiful Black women who want to keep scapegoating Black men while ignoring the historical and contemporary systemic challenges that are constantly placed in our way. I'm going to say this and be quiet, Sister Tammy. I got to give you this. There was a recent piece of research, Tammy, that came out. And the research said a Black man with a master's degree, they did a study. They had white males who had come out of prison apply for jobs. They had Black men with master's degrees, Sister Tammy, apply for the jobs. And guess what? The white males with prison history and no education were called back more than 75% of the time than Black men with no prison history and a master's degree.
I'm aware of that. I am aware of that of that survey. I am. Hope, I saw you give Dr. Umar the side eye.
It's only because I can't, you have 1,001 clips on the internet, but I know for a fact that one of the things that I was offended about in doing research or just seeing you on the internet is that you have definitely talked about your disdain for some of the practices of Dr. Martin Luther King. So to sit here and gaslight us as if most of us have not seen.
That's not true. Find the clip. Find the clip.
Well, Dr. Umar, you yourself said you had you yourself just seconds ago said you did find some things in the civil rights movement problematic.
But I supported the movement and I still support it. I visit
everyone supported
every
it.
time I'm in Atlanta. Nobody, I have never been
as a black man, as a black person in
If we're going to have the conversation, let us be honest. Let's not misrepresent.
You're the only one not being honest, Umar. You're not being honest.
If find the clip, we don't have to argue about it. We don't have to argue about it.
You just admitted to it. We don't need it.
There's 60 seconds left on the 60 seconds left on this segment. We won't be able to find the clip on this show. But Hope, finish. Hope.
Essentially, whether we find the clip or not, we know that those things have been said, and you know that you've said controversial things. Once again, we see you moving the goalpost when you find
controversial according to who?
We find, once again, because my thing is you and Cynthia can have that dynamic, but I give you the space to speak. I've given everybody that space to speak, so please don't interrupt me. At the end of the day,
you interrupted me as well. Let's be fair.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
And so once again, here we go in a space where Black women are making a point. It's more important to the
It's not about you being a woman. It was about you being incorrect.
When Black women are
being a woman.
I respect you. You were incorrect. You were incorrect. I didn't have the issue with a woman. You were incorrect.
Well, let's all breathe in, breathe out, and I'll take a commercial break. All right? We'll take a commercial break. And I'll be right back to wrap this up on the business of being black.
They hate black men. That's the problem. They hate.
Straight like that.
Ooh,
He said,
boy, how long has she been brainwashed? Jesus.
well, at least
I'm sitting over here like, that's a sister?
Well, I mean, like I say, and this whole concept of I want the bag, I will get the bag, and I'll do whatever it takes to get the bag. This is what's happening. These folks are doing just what the system of white supremacy want them to do. And that's basically capitulate in every cause to this their own kind. And it's working like a charm. Because I'm over here trying to share up my contents on Facebook, but Facebook just shut me down. That's why I was over here looking at it.
Oh, that's a shocker.
Oh no, ain't no, yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, because we talking about that silly ass shit. See, now if I was up there talking about motherfuckers twerking and showing the crack of their ass, they'll love for this whole concepts to be up there. But by me basically talking about how fucked up we are and how fucked up they got us, oh, yo, you ain't got no business showing that.
Gonna be all right.
They don't like that. But me personally, I don't give a damn what they like. This is the whole society, because they know, because like I say, in the words of Dr. Umar, not Dr. Umar, but my brother Rizza Islam say, one thing about it, they shut you down. They ain't shutting you down because you're telling the lie. They're shutting you down because you're telling the truth. And one thing about it, they gonna have it to the point where every little thing that you do say in society that sounds relevant of unity towards black men and women, they gonna cut it short any damn way.
Yep.
Because they don't want to see us in unison in society. That's the reason why these young folks are doing what they're doing in the streets, shooting up each other and doing all kind of stupid ass shit, is because there's no good leadership telling them how to be civilized in society. Nope. It's just like I had a conversation, on Facebook with a classmate of mine. She was talking about, she made a little post saying something about that trying to empower young men to go out and be plumbers and carpenters and all this shit. But I'm saying to myself, how in the fuck are they gonna do that when there are no classes for none of that in these high schools anymore? But he's about it's vocational school, vocational classes. But Keita, if I ain't mistaken, don't you have to have a certain grade point average in order to get in those vocational classes and stuff at these schools in high school?
I don't know about them being in high school. I hadn't been hearing about them being in high school like they used to be. Now,
Mhm.
when it come to like certain courses that you could take and stuff like that, quote unquote, in college, a
Mhm.
lot of them you have to pay for. They're not free. Some of them not free. Majority of them you have to pay for. So
Well, I'm just saying, like the high
yeah,
school.
and yeah, about a grade point. It depends on where you taking it at. It
Yeah,
depends on where you taking it.
like for example, I know they. I don't know. If I'm thinking they still have it, but they got a vocational thing in Leland. Is that Greenville? No, it's Green. Is it Greenville or Leland?
Are you talking about the CAP Center?
The vocational thing right there off of is that Raceway Road?
Oh yeah,
On
that's still here.
okay. Don't you have to have a certain type of grade point average to go to
Mm,
all that?
I'm not for sure. So much has changed. I think
Yeah.
those courses that they do offer, it's all about the money and about what your willingness to take it. I don't think it's really a grade point average thing anymore.
Mm.
It's all about it's about the money.
Oh, okay.
If you got the money, they welcome you.
Oh, okay. See, I'm talking about. I knew it had to been something. That's what I'm talking about. And these motherfuckers gonna tell me like, you can, they can go there. No, other than that, it'd be at the guy. They will have them at all the schools because once upon a time when I first moved to Mississippi, even before I moved, I mean, even in California, we had, they call it wood, they call it building trade down in Mississippi, but in California they call it wood class. You know what I'm saying? You building all kind of shit out of wood, and you know what I'm saying? You learn how to build not just houses, like foundations or nothing. You built, like, arts and crafts and shit too. You build everything. And then you on the other side, you have mechanics and all that shit. And then you also had the National Guard Cadet Corps. We had that in junior high. And they was like, you can join that. I didn't join that shit. I was like, ain't no fucking military. Fuck that shit. But you know what I'm saying? But you had all this stuff when I was coming up. Now all of a sudden they don't have it. And then the female that I was having a conversation with, well, things has changed. This is a new day now. It's more about, if kids want to go to college, that should be their choice and this and that and that. And I'm like, how in the fuck you gonna determine a child's choice? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like the Jewish community don't do it. You know what I'm saying? The Chinese, all these people basically lay out different things and show these kids different stuff. That's just like me. I had to see different things. I mean, I had all kind of shit laid out in front of me. You know what I'm saying? From truck drive, being an airline pilot, police officer, all this shit. And whatever that basically rocked my boat, that's what I stayed up on. But I had a lot of things that I had on my plate that I wanted to go and pursue. And one of them was truck drive. You know what I'm saying? And here I am. And this was back in the mother kid. This was around when you was first born, 1981. When I first really started getting all into the point of driving a truck. Cause I was pushing the motherfuckers across the floor as a child. Now I'm driving one of the motherfuckers across the highway. 40 years ago. See how that worked? I mean, that's what you would say, bro?
I say indeed.
But it was put out there in my face. You know what I'm saying? Because we had access to things where we seen it. People talk to us about the different professions of life. You don't have that no more. Now it's all about just getting on this motherfucker right here, this computer, and this literally just being your own little motherfucking world. Not getting paid. But at the same time, when the man was at home, shit, we knew what to do and what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Even if you didn't have your father there, you had your uncle. You had your big brother, somebody that was manly man that basically showed you how to be a man, a young man, and do young man shit. You don't have that anymore. It didn't got so fucked up and feminized around this motherfucker to when a young man don't even have a chance to even know how to get a chance to even know how to do little young men stuff. Why to kick a football, play football, basketball, soccer. You know, even you go in the Target store now. They didn't put the little girls' toys with the young men's toys. Tommy, it's okay for a young man to play with a Barbie doll if he wants to. What? It's okay for a little girl to play with a construction set. What? But like I say, this is all historical matter that basically has been presented ever since the 1970s. I mean, it was a president named President Richard Nixon and his former Secretary of State back then, Henry Kissinger, both of them trying to figure out how to basically depopulate the black community. And he brought up homosexuality, trying to make black men think they're women and make women think they're black men. This was 48 years ago. So they had been working on this program to make bras like this that was on that platform come to light. They was working on this for a long time. Cause like I say, after King's assassination, after the dismantle of the Black Panther Party of self-defense, and the destroying the black home, taking the man out, and leaving the woman in there by herself, raising her own kids, they were trying to come up with all kind of directions to make us look like we ain't shit. Since then, and it's going like the Energizer Bunny since. And that's why young women like this are on there talking like this, because a lot of them, they probably don't have a clue on of their history. They can't have a clue, because if they had a clue, it'll ring a bell, and they'll be trying not to even talk against the system, talk against black men, saying black men ain't did this and black men ain't did that, because they were like, you know what? Our black men struggled hard, blood, sweat, and tears to try to make sure that we had something in our homes back in the day. Even in slavery. Well, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was just saying, they ain't caring about that though, man.
Huh?
The whole thing about it. No, I was saying, I mean, well, piggyback on what you were saying, and like they didn't care anything about that, you know what I'm saying? And the standards that we came up on, that's been done away with. Because see, once you get done away with that, then you don't have nothing, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the whole idea of it. Because if you think that that black men were just literally just saying, you know what, I'm gonna try my best to get Becky, because she looking good as a mother. She look better than my wife. What? This white woman didn't have no ass. She had a little taste of titties. Probably smelled pretty good. That's about it. But this motherfucker.
No, she didn't. You know damn well she smelled like mayonnaise. But I'm gonna go sit in the corner.
Oh, pardon me, right quick. Come on.
Okay, bro. Hey.
You know what? See, you can't even say that right now, King.
Well, I mean, what they say, according to history, they were smelling like sugar and spice and everything nice. According to them.
Yeah, sour sugar.
I mean, the thing is, you know, white women didn't have the audacity to raise their own kids. They didn't even know how to raise their own child. Their whole persona of raising a child is putting it off on the housemaid. And the housemaid was a heavy-set black woman. And she was the one that literally, she had her own child. She had her own child, but she couldn't nurture her own child. Too busy trying to nurture this white man's child. Cause she stuck her big ass titties in that white boy's mouth, a white girl's mouth, and couldn't even feed her own child. Now think about that. And but see, like I say, you know, Miss Cynthia G, honey, if you listening in the atmosphere somewhere, you need to get wake up to reality, because you don't even know. You talking about black women caught hell more than we caught hell. We all caught hell together. Ain't just the black woman.
She needs some rounds of treatments of electric shock therapy.
Now look, exactly. Now look at this picture right here, kid. Look at that. That's not even her child. See how that shit worked? She couldn't even breastfeed her own child. She had to breastfeed the white man's child. Because the white woman, she didn't have no titties hanging like that. That man couldn't get it. She couldn't even get a good sip out of in a sip cup. Little bitty ass motherfucker. Her nipples probably bigger than her titties. That bitch had pinkies. But anyway, that's fucked up though. I you know, like I say, women like that, you can't even really be mad at. The only thing you can do is just shake your head and just say, damn. Hopefully one day she'll get it right. Hopefully one day. If she don't, oh fuck well.
If somebody don't silence her first.
Well, one thing about it, you know, most race of people, when folks do shit like that, they'll go pick her up and pull her to the side and have a conversation with her. And when I mean have a conversation with her, they'll literally tell her.
What was you thinking?
They'll tell her what she thinking, but they'll really put it on her ass because they'll be like, you know what, you fucking up the community with this bullshit. But we ain't finna do that because a lot of us will say we don't even give a fuck about what she say and think. When we should give a fuck. Because this woman here is literally destroying the community with that type of lies, with that type of bullshit. But I mean, like I say, we ain't gonna even stay too further on that because I'm gonna move around and talk about this situation with the young brother, what's his name?
Are you talking about PNB?
Yeah, PNB. You know, cause he
oh my God, that ain't him.
No, that wasn't PNB. That was I was messing with brother Dar Prince last week about the African dude. And that picture just popped up, but yeah, there he is right there.
Yeah, I know.
Man, that's crazy. I didn't even know who that young brother was until I went to pull his music up the other day. And I listened to it and I was like, okay, I heard of him. Because he had a song called Unforgettable. And then he had another I kind of liked that song because I had that song. I was playing that song. I had one of his songs on my mixtape.
You just didn't realize it was him.
And didn't realize that was who that was. Yeah. And then he's got another song, High. You know, he sampled from the Jones Girls. Who Can I Run To? The original Who Can I Run To, not Escape's version. Well, that's where Escape got their version from. You know, that was a 70s song. Yeah. But he sampled that part. Hi. Right. Yeah. But I said, damn, that was his song too. I was like, God damn.
Okay. Wait. I got a feeling that you might be fine.
Yeah. Let me see.
Just tragic.
Yeah, that was fucked up, man. But you know, I was reading the comments about what people were saying that happened to him, and it was saying that he was supposed to be in my home. He was in my hometown in LA, South Central, and he was supposed to been took him and his girlfriend and his little girl out to eat to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I'm sure you probably heard the name in the air a lot about Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I never been to the one in Inglewood. They got one in Inglewood, but I've been to the one on Pico. That's the one where he got shot at. I've been to that one before. And a lot of celebrities back in the days used to go there. Snoop Dogg and all of them used to go there and eat all the time on Sundays.
Right.
And then they got one right over there where I used to live at, probably maybe about 2 miles away from where I used to live at. They had just put one over there just before I moved to Hollandale. And I was trying to figure out which one of those motherfuckers that he was shot at. And everybody was saying over there on Manchester and Maine. And that's where I used to live. I used to live back over there in the area. And they was like, no, it wasn't over there. It was in Inglewood. And then everybody was like, no, it wasn't Inglewood. So I don't know. But everybody was saying it was over the one in Pico, like going toward downtown. But regardless, the girl the girl supposed to took pictures. You know how a lot of times when we get excited for our food at a restaurant, we gotta take a picture and shit. Ooh, look what I'm eating tonight. Look what I'm eating today or this morning. And she took a picture, had a notification, and they showed where they was at or whatever, and they supposed to took Eve from that and came over there where he was and shot him and robbed him. But I kind of find that to be some bullshit because that don't even sound right.
They just shoot him only?
Yeah. And then he took off. They took off in the darkness. Nobody ain't see shit.
I'm just wondering.
Now remember, he walked in the restaurant and shot and killed this brother.
Right. I'm just wondering how many more people like him that's left that's on their record company. And I ain't even got to say the record company. How many more of them is left?
Oh, girl, you finna get married. I didn't even think you even knew nothing about no shit like that. Oh no! Oh, you hurt me with that one there. Damn.
My bad.
That's what I told bro. That's what I told brother the other night. And he was like, damn, bro. That's some real shit. I said, because I don't know. I was just sitting up there when I heard about it. And I was like, goddamn, there's another one. I'm like, wait a minute. And then some say, go and Google the label this dude was on. And I seen him with that name. And I said, I'll be goddamn. I said, I'll rest my case.
You saw the other names on there too, didn't you?
Oh shit! It's a like the Mexicans say, it's a plethora of them.
That's why I say I wonder how many more left. That mysterious.
And Lord knows,
go bye bye.
Lord knows, I got love for that young man, little Boosie badass. Somebody put a bubble wrap him. Because he's very hardcore with words, and they've been picking with him pretty good every now and again out here. Lord knows, somebody better watch. Oh, God, I hope he don't get caught up for real. I really hope he don't. He's a good dude, but I mean all of them are good dudes, but it's just that, like I say, when you're young and dumb, you do stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole.
All it takes is one time for you to get yourself caught up, and trouble ain't always easy to get out of. It's hard to get out of it.
Well, see, this is the thing that most people don't seem to understand, Keita. With these record labels, these companies, they look into your house. What I mean, literally, look who raising you. They want to make sure that you ain't got a James Evans type guy in the house.
Right.
Because if you have a James Evans type of guy in that house, we can't sign that contract.
Yep, because he gonna be behind your shoulder. Don't you do that. They ain't right.
Yeah.
Don't you do that.
Yeah. But see, when you're a woman, and no offense, y'all are more feminine and y'all very fragile. So you just thinking your child is gonna make a whole lot of money and everything gonna be hunky dory. Y'all gonna be living y'all best life.
Not me.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, you be surprised the majority of the females out here that will say, "Shit, my baby finna start. He finna take care of me. I took care of his little ass since he was a baby. So he finna take care of his mama. He gonna buy me a $200,000 car and all that old goofy ass shit."
Mm-mm.
Realize your son didn't sign his life away, literally.
And yours too, if you ain't careful.
Well, they're not gonna. Well, yeah, it all depends, but
Never say never when you're dealing with these people.
oh yeah, true that. But that's the reason why. That's why it's always good to have a reasonable attorney around when you sign these contracts, so they can really go over the words with you a certain thing. But they're not gonna let that. They ain't gonna even let you get a attorney of your choice. They gonna give you one because they want to make sure they don't get understanding of it.
Guess what? Cause them insurance policy get tricky.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, once again, you thought I didn't know nothing about that. Ha
Well, shit. I mean, it's all to the good. Beautiful. I mean, it's just funny as hell to me though that people will say this is a conspiracy theorist because the first thing that comes to their mind is that you don't have no clue on what you're talking about because that's not true. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it works. It's just that these guys be out here hanging around the wrong guys, hanging around these young folks, and they be jealous of them.
Well, they can't hide their information because it's public information. So, good luck.
I mean, Michael Jackson, Kool in the Gang, a whole lot of motherfucking black artists and bands and stuff back in the day had a big ass authorized. Ain't nobody never went out to them.
Yep.
See, this is a whole nother situation that's going on, and it's more about the whole concepts of creating and taking.
Right.
And these guys making a lot of money for these labels, and these labels feel like that they're worth more dead than alive. And that's what's going on. So, I mean, my thing is, this. I just feel like maybe a lot of youngsters need to just go ahead and get up out of it while they still got a breath in their body. But like I say, when you basically grew up in one side house, the woman not thinking, she just going along because she trying to change the game because she tired of working at Double Quick Chicken. She tired of goddamn working at the supermarket. She tired of doing little bullshit ass jobs at Subway or whatever. She want to live and sit on her ass and spend her money with her son. Spend her son's money. I mean, just think about it. Like I tell people, you think R. Kelly was really messing around with young women and he a sex trafficker and all that stuff? You gotta be dumb as a box of rocks if you believe that. You might well say watermelon got skills then, like a fish. If you believe because that ain't got shit to do with the price of tea in China. That man music had a lot of liquid. It kept a lot of black women happy. Right. And I know it. Because like I said, when R. Kelly first came out, it wasn't a time that I didn't go over a female house back in the days and she wasn't playing R. Kelly. It made her feel good. Made her feel good. It made young women love them some Kells because he was singing in the heart.
Right.
And like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, that man got God in him. You hear through his voice. The man is singing to the people. He making you feel like he making you feel good. And the industry knows it. The people, the power that be knows it. That's the reason why they're trying to control, because they trying to get black women away from slow jams. That's plain and simple. Because when you get away from slow jams, you're not gonna want to procreate no kind of love and happiness. You're not gonna want to make love or have sex anymore. And if you do it, you're gonna do it to yourself. You damn sure ain't gonna do it with a man. And that helps the depopulation. that helps the depopulation persona come straight to life. Because then now you pretty much is outdone on trying to have a child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But see, they not worried about me and you. We old motherfuckers now, so they ain't worried about us. They worried about the new generation. But that's the scariest part about it. So your son, my son, they get out here in the world and trying to find them somebody that's reasonable, and she gonna be trying to give him the goddamn motherfucking 10 commandments and shit about what he can and can't do and all this old shit because of bitches like Cynthia G. So they're telling them that niggas ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
All my son.
That's why I'm glad that's why I teach my boys. So yeah.
Man, these motherfuckers better. Whoo, boy, I'm telling you, this world is in shambles. They don't know it. It's in shambles. But yeah, my peace and love goes out to this young man's family as well as Jesse.
I know, right?
Jesse Powell. Yeah, that's another person that died. I don't know what happened to him. I seen that. Oh damn, get that other motherfucker off.
Yeah, Jesse I saw it early this morning. Yeah. I always did listen to his music and still listen to it.
I just can't. It's not even ringing a bell about some song that he's on. What's the name of the song? I know I got his music. I know I got it. I know I probably played a couple of joints too.
One of his most famous songs is "You."
Hold on a second. I'll do it this way. I ain't gonna play it on the platform because I don't want to get flagged. They already flagged me now on Facebook. Shit, they don't even want. I was a damn shame. I can't even show my shit on Facebook because these idiots blocked me. I tell you, boy, these don't make no sense. Can't even get the word out for these motherfuckers acting bougie. Well, I understand. I really do. Yeah, I had to put the live, the YouTube live on Facebook, because they didn't block the live, the playing live. Which I'm not, we already know that business anyway, because we talking about some real shit. I might do a video just to make Facebook happy. Do a video on twerking and fights and stuff and see what happens. I bet y'all get 1,000 goddamn views overnight. But anyway, it is what it is. I don't give a damn. Fuck these folks. Fucking with a sick dick from heaven. But anyway,
oh wow.
What?
I just said, oh wow.
Is it true? Man, one thing I learned about this whole world that we live in, you got a choice. You got to live on your own persona or die on somebody else's. I'm trying to live. Well, I ain't going to try to live. I'm going to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I ain't going to let these folks get me down. I don't give a damn, man. I be telling my cousin, shout out to DJ Chop Chop. You know what I'm saying? I talked to him today. I'm like, man, you can't be sitting up here letting these knucklehead niggas and itches keep you down. Because that's what they live for. There's so many haters out here, boy. It's ridiculous. That's the only thing we know how to do good as black people. Hate on each other. We don't do nothing better with each other. We know how to hate.
Yeah, unfortunately.
10:22, 2021 or some shit like 10:21. I know I'm tired. I've been up since what time? About 6:30 this morning.
Well, you know what time it is, right?
Howdy doody time. What time is it?
Long as that includes getting some sleep, then yeah.
Look at that, you just so messy. You're so damn messy. But yeah, yeah, it's time for me. I need this fucking rest, man. Yeah, been up since 6:30 this morning watching fucking Showtime Apollo.
Mm.
Yeah, they still come on TV. It comes on Pluto
I
late at night.
know. I know.
Yeah. But what's the name? It's a show called Soul that come on before that. That that's an old show. It used to come on back in the 70s, and they talk about a lot of political stuff, and they play a lot of soulful music and shit. Some shit they won't put on television now, cause they make you think.
Facts.
Cause I mean, they had what's her name? Nina Simone. She be on there, and she be singing with her beautiful singing ass. She had some soup coolers, but she was sexy than a motherfucker back in the day. God rest her dead to that sister. I got I got a video. What's that? Summer in '69 or something? Summerfest in '69 or something like that. Where they did like a concert in New York, and I think it was in Brooklyn. And they had Ruffin and all them, Gladys Knight and the Pimps, everybody would perform, but they would not show it on national television because they said it was a waste of time. Yeah, of course, because everybody was unified back then. They knew motherfuckers wanted to shoot and kill each other. Everybody was together, young and old. You do a concert now, shit. They gonna goddamn send some motherfuckers in there to shoot that bitch up. Yeah, they don't want to see niggas do nothing. But it is what it is. I guess I'll go ahead and end this whole thing. As always, it's good that you comes on here. What you laughing at? What you tripping up? What you tweaking? What you laughing about? You tweaking off of?
I'm tweaking. I ain't tweaking off of nothing.
You got your hand doing all that shit. That means your hand got to help you talk.
So that's what we doing tonight before you get out here.
Little finger man. See, I got my police spotlight on me and shit. Mr. King, where were you?
I hear you. I hear you, sir. I hear you.
See, I got that light on my shining on. You something there. Anyway, I know you gonna be up doing projects all night, ain't you?
Who finna do some projects? I'm not finna put the P in projects. I'm about to go to bed.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. All right. Well, it's always a privilege that you come on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing another podcast, I guess, Saturday. And it's going to be on distractions. How we
You say you're doing one Saturday?
Yeah, on distractions, yeah.
Just let me know when. Gotcha.
All right. I'm just going to send you the link and you just go from there. I see Dark Prince ain't come back on. He must got a serious phone call. He must be on the phone with his mom. Hope everything is well because I know his mom be sick on and off and stuff. So.
Okay, well, check on him. Make sure you check on him. But yeah.
I'm going to send him a text. But anyway, as always, you have a good night. And we're going to holler at you later.
You too. Bye.
Get off my shit now. I'm the bullshit. Right. Anyway, shout out to Keita and my brother Dark Prince on this here podcast rant tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm up outy and gotta get up in the morning and make it do what it do as always. But shout out to all you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? That watch. Even though I was cut off. You know what I'm saying? I guess because when you talk about the real, they gotta get rid of you. You gotta put you on hold, block you or whatever the fuck. Well, all I gotta say, Facebook, you bitch. Anyway, shout out to you guys, man. Y'all have a good night, man. It's your boy Chaos. Hopefully, I'll be seeing y'all probably Saturday with the distraction show. You know what I'm saying? Talk about why people are so damn distracted out here with everything in society. And is it good for us or is it bad for us? Well, I'll give you my answer Saturday. Have a good night.